Hello and welcome to Markets View at Deven Choksey. It's a fresh start of the week and let's get started by understanding as to how the global market sentiment looks like and then deep dive into what the sentiments for domestic market, the important levels, the resistance, the support and the trading range for this session looks like. So talking about the global markets, the Asian markets are mixed in early trade as Hang Seng is up around 0.5% and Nikkei is down around 0.5%. On the contrary, the GIFT Nifty is trading at a premium of nearly 300 points from Nifty Futures Friday close. GIFT Nifty is higher, which is indicating a gap up start for the Indian market. Talking about the US futures, they were flat after cash market ended in the green on Friday. US markets ended higher on Friday, where Dow Jones was up around 1%, Nasdaq and S&P were rising around more than 0.5% each. S&P did close at yearly highs on Friday, up nearly 20% in year-to-date gains. While the Dow Jones records gains for fifth straight week, Nasdaq has surged by 37% in 2023 so far. So clearly, if we have a look at the year 2023 has been quite action-packed for the US markets. S&P 500, Nasdaq recorded biggest monthly gains since July 2022. So the month of November was quite positive for US market as well. The US 10-year bond yield is below 4.3%, even as a Fed chair says that rate cut speculations are premature. So clearly the economic indicative action are creating an impact on the bond yield. The Brent crude is falling and at present we can say it's trading around $79 to $80 a barrel on concerns around sluggish global manufacturing activity. Talking about the bullion market, the gold is off record high levels, which is crossing all the action packed levels both in domestic as well as the global markets. As a safe haven commodity is quite interesting during the volatile markets. Both gold and silver are trading with action. But quite surprising is at current level, at current juncture, all the asset classes are displaying good set of action. So this is how the global setup for the day looks like. It's the 4th of December and we are here starting a new fresh week. So let's take a look at how this week and the start of this week looks like for the Indian domestic markets. And let's take a look at the trade setup now. Clearly understanding what happened last in the trading session on Friday after surpassing the previous record high on the first day of December series, that was the 1st of December, and continuation of bullish sentiment for 5 weeks in a row. Yes, 5 weeks in a row. There are chances that the momentum will continue and take the Nifty 50 towards 20,500 in coming days, provided the index holds the psychological 20,000 mark. The NSE market capitalization stood at $4 trillion plus. The 1st of December was a historic session for the equity markets, which had a strong start to the last month of current calendar year 2023. The benchmark Nifty 50 hit a new all-time high of 20,292 and ended at record closing high at 20,268, which was up around 135 points, clearly forming bullish patterns throughout. If we talk about the performance of the entire week, the Nifty performed almost 2.5% for the entire week last. The Nifty continues to ascend as the bulls maintain the control. A consolidation breakout on the weekly time frame seems probable, paving the way for a further rally in the index. The sentiment remains upbeat, marked by a bullish crossover in the weekly RSI. At the lower end, there are chances that support will stand firm at 20,200. Any declines could be seen as buying opportunities as long as it holds above this level. On the higher end, resistance is anticipated somewhere around 20,450 to 20,500. Talking about Sensex, well, it jumped around 500 points to close at 67,481, while the Nifty mid cap and small cap indices also gained around 1.1 and 0.5% respectively. So this is how the trade setup looked like in the last trading session. But considering the last trading session and the performance of the indexes in the last trading session, let's now try and understand what will be the key support and resistance levels for both Nifty and Bank Nifty for today's session. Starting with the Nifty, it is likely to see immediate resistance at 20,289, followed by 20,314 and 20,356. While on the lower side, it can take support at 20,207, followed by 20,181 and 20,140 levels. Now we talk about Bank Nifty. Well, on December 1st, that was the last trading session on Friday. Bank Nifty, after a day of break, resumed its upward journey, again and climbed around 330 points to close at 44,814, of course, forming bullish pattern during the day. The index continued higher highs, higher low for 5 days in a row. For the week, the index rallied around 2.4% and formed long green candle on the weekly time frame. Now, the banking index has to continue to hold above 44,700 levels to make an up move towards 45,000, then 45,250 levels, while on the downside, support is seen at 44,444, then at 44,250 zones. The index is expected to see resistance at 44,926, followed by 45,025 and 45,185, while on the lower side, it may take support at 44,606, followed by 44,507 and 44,346. So, this is how the index pattern looks like. These are the important resistance and support levels one needs to consider for the trading session today. Now let's take a look at the stock specific news. We start with HUL. The FMCG major Hindustan Unilever has signed a strategic partnership with Brookfield to set up a solar energy park with 45 megawatt capacity in Rajasthan. This will help HUL in its journey towards net zero. The next stock in action today on the back of news will be Siemens India, as Siemens AG will buy an 18% stake in Siemens India from Siemens Energy Holding BV at a price of around 2,952 per share, which is a discount of 21.32% to the last closing price. The next stock in action would be Eicher Motors, as the sales of Royal Enfield in November increased by 13% to 80,251 units against 70,766 units sold in the same month last year. Exports grew by 2% on a year-on-year basis to 5,114 units during the same period. The next stock, which will be in focus on the back of news, is Hero MotoCorp. The world's largest two-wheeler manufacturing company has recorded sales at 4.91 lakh units for November 2023, up by 25.6% over 3.9 lakh units sold in the same month last year. The next stock in focus will be Tata Power, as the Tata Group company has won the bid to acquire Bikaner 3 Neemrana 2 transmission, a project special purpose vehicle SPV set up by PFC Consulting, a subsidiary of Power Finance Corporation. And last but not the least, Alchem Laboratories is another stock which will be in focus, as the US Food and Drug Administration (USFDA) had conducted an inspection at the company's API manufacturing facility at Mandwa during November 27 to December 1. At the end of the inspection, the company has received Form 483 and 3 observations. There is no data integrity observation. So these are all the stocks which will be in action on the back of news. And now let's take a look at the FIs and DIs data. The foreign institutional investors bought shares worth Rs 1,589 crore, while domestic institutional investors purchased shares worth Rs 1,448 crore on 1st of December. So this is all how the market will look like today, the picture of the market which will be seen during the session. Of course, there's a lot of economic indicative action both globally and domestically, which the market has to digest. With this, we come to the wrap of our podcast for the day. To sum it up, there's a lot we need to see: stock specific action, there are economic indicative triggers, events, and of course, don't forget it's the last month of 2023. So everyone's waiting for the Santa Claus rally. Nevertheless, irrespective of market conditions, research, as we always say, is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art that we understand. We at Deven Choksey have our exclusive research services which are powerful and successful. To avail our exclusive research services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and you're done. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. So don't wait any further and embark on a wealth building adventure together. Thank you and have a nice day.